Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for another starting 11 prediction show. The hunt for 9 in a row gets underway this weekend with Flag Day against St Johnstone at Celtic Park. Hopefully this prediction is going to go a damn sight better than my Calview prediction for during the week. An absolute nightmare I had. Less said about that the better. We'll start in goals as we always do. Scott Bain, I expect him to come back in. We've seen Craig Gordon get his first start for 7 months in Estonia on Tuesday night. He done well, he had a few saves to make when we got slack at points in the second half. He kept a clean sheet, as you would expect him to do against that level opposition, but I think Scott Bain's going to come back in for this one. On the right back, we're still crying out for a right back. The deadline is just about to pass at 11 o'clock tonight to register the squad for the Cluj tie, so it looks like we're going to have to go with what we've got for that third round tie as well, which is a bit of a disappointment. I think Tony Ralston's going to continue at right back on Saturday just because of the suspensions we've got in the centre of defence, which means we kind of have to go with Ralston if El Ahmed's not ready. So I'll go Ralston at right back. On the centre half, Jozo's suspended and Julian suspended as well, so it's got to be Ayer and Beaton. We've seen Beaton play a lot out of position at centre half in the pre-season and in the qualifiers. He did play in midfield on Tuesday night, but I expect him to drop back just because of the suspensions. So I'm going Ayer and Beaton at centre half. Left back, Bolingoli. I think as we go through, you'll see that I'm going to guess Neil Lennon will play a back four instead of 3 with the wing backs, just because of the sort of limitations we've got in the centre of defence. So go Bolingoli at left back. I thought he was slightly better on Tuesday night in Tallinn. I thought he got forward very well. We know if that's clearly a strength. We can see that already, despite the fact he's only played a few games. He is quite raw at times, but I think there's a lot more to come from him. On to midfield, this is the one I got catastrophically wrong during the week. Scott Brown, you'd expect him to play, obviously, captain on Flag Day. Alongside him, Callum McGregor, I think he'll come back in. He's obviously played a lot of football, more football than anybody else in Europe or the world or whatever it is. I'm not sure that's a good thing, so he got a well-earned rest on Tuesday night. I expect him to come back in there, play alongside Brown, a bit more advanced than Brown, obviously. In front of them, I'm going to go with Ryan Christie. Again, he was rested on Tuesday night. He came on for the last 5 minutes or so, but given his pre-season form and the few performances he's had at Celtic Park in the qualifiers, fully expect him to start in there. And if he can continue his form, that'll be brilliant for us. On the right hand side, James Forrest, another one who didn't travel to Estonia on Tuesday. I would expect him to come back in and start, given that he had the rest during the week. We've seen Marian Shved get his long awaited competitive debut and he scored a cracking goal. That's going to be huge for us to have an alternative to Forrest, someone a wee bit different, maybe a wee bit more direct. We can see that he's a massive goal threat, Shved, so off the bench, massive for us. I think having the competition in the wide areas is really good right now. I don't know if we're going to lose anybody before the transfer window closes, but I'll go with Forrest on Saturday and hopefully we can see Shved off the bench because he does look really impressive. On the left hand side, I'm going to go with Mikey Johnstone. He started there during the week in Tallinn. I thought he was brilliant. He only had 60 minutes, right enough. I don't know if that's because Neil Lennon wanted to give other players game time as well, or because he's no long back from that thigh injury. Maybe they're managing that, I don't know. I think Johnston's going to start. I thought he was brilliant the other night. What we did see of him, very direct, created the first goal and bags of potential. We talked about it in the post-match pint as well. Can he go on to be better than Aidan McGeady? I think the comparisons with Aidan McGeady have been talked about in the past few weeks because he's very similar, tricky, very direct, and he's got a goal in him as well. So I expect Mikey Johnstone to play out there. Up top, I'm going to go with Odsonne Edouard. I think Lee Griffiths will have got a lot for playing 90 minutes the other night. He thought he'd got his goal. It turned out it was an own goal in the end. He worked hard. I think he didn't maybe have his best night in terms of getting chances and obviously scoring goals, but 90 minutes will have done him a world of good on his way back to full fitness. I think, again, because I don't think we're going to go 3-5-2, we could. These are the options that Neil Lennon's got. I think he's going to go Johnstone on the left and Edouard up top. I really wouldn't be surprised to see Edouard and Griffiths together though, because I think that's something we'll see a lot in home games this season, particularly against teams like St Johnstone who are going to sit deep. It gives us a lot more movement having two strikers up there. But with this one, I'm going to guess that he's going Johnstone out wide, Edward up top on his own. We'll probably see Griffiths at some stage in the game if that is the case. That's it. Hopefully my team is a lot better than my Tuesday night prediction. Only get 5 out of the 11. Hopefully I'll take anything more than 5 this week. Anything more than 5 is an improvement, and we'll go for there. I think as we go into the season, it's obviously tough to try and guess the team at this stage of the season when guys are still getting up to speed and Neil Lennon trying to mix up the team and find out his best team and his best formation. So it's a tough gig, right? Give us a break. Like the video, comment your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back on Saturday with the full match day content, full time reaction, Twitter reaction, and then we'll be in the Radisson for the post match pint as well. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on Saturday.